Hello students, my name is Ankit and today I'm going to help you solve your MyMathLab assignments. Yeah, you heard that right. I teach math online to various students and find that most students struggle with it when it comes to solving MyMathLab questions on the Pearson portal. So today I'm going to show you what is MyMathLab, how does it work, what are some of the ways you can master it. In the end, I'm going to divulge some tips and tricks that is going to help you get 100% on your homework even when you suck at math. So let's get started. This is how the MyMathLab portal looks like, and you will see there is a sign in button on the right hand side. You just need to click on sign in and you need to log in using the credentials provided by your university. Once you log in, your courses will be visible here under my courses, and you just need to click on that to get inside the course and see your assignments. This is how the MyMathLab portal looks like after you log in. And on the left hand side you see all your assignment details, your grades, your study plan. You directly can jump on to assignments, and if you see here you will find a list of assignments with their deadlines and the grades. So if you see, this course right here has deadlines of 27th of July, and today it's 21st of May, so we still have a lot of time, but I just finished a few of them. I think I finished half of them just in advance. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of the sections right now and finish it along with you, and you can see how I solve these assignments. So I click on this, I see there are 14 questions. Now it really depends. Some professors or some courses can have 5 or 10 questions per homework set, and some homework sets can have like 50 or 100 questions. It just depends on the professor and the course that you're taking. The major problem is that if a homework set has 50 questions, it takes a lot of time solving them. Now if I look here, you see there's a reminder. You must score at least 50% before you can begin homework 3.2, which is the next section. This is homework 3.1. So unless I score 50% here, I cannot move on to the next section. The deadline is 27th July midnight, and right now it's a 0 score. Total points possible is 67. There are 3 attempts per question. That means I can get them wrong 2 times, but the third time if I get it wrong, I don't get any score for that. But if I get it wrong the first time and I get it right the second time, I still get the score. What else can I see from here? If you see, this question is 0 out of 12, which means this question has 12 subparts. So to get this correct, you have to answer 12 subparts, while this one is easy because it has only 1 subpart. This one has 5. So let's say I'm just going to show you a couple of questions and see how it goes. Form a polynomial whose real zeros and degree is given. So these are the zeros and this is the degree. Type a polynomial with integer coefficients and a leading subcoefficient of 1. How would you approach a question like that? Now, how do you approach such a question? The first thing is probably you know the answer and you will just start working on it. But because you're looking for answers online, I'm assuming that you don't know the answer. And now, there are some ways you can get help from the MyMathLab portal. Like if you click here, there are a few ways it tries to help you solve this question. So the easiest of them I feel is view an example. In view an example, they use the same question but they change the numbers. So the zeros in the actual questions are -2, -1, 3 and 5. But here the question numbers have been changed and it's -3, -1, 3 and 5. So they solve similar questions but the numbers are changed, so you can see the solution to a similar question with different numbers and then work back and solve the initial question, which is kind of interesting because they tried that you understand the problem rather than just giving you the final answer. So let's look at this one. So it first talks about factors of polynomial function. If r is a real zero, then x minus r must be a factor of this polynomial. And the first zero in the list is -3 in this particular question. So one of the factors of this polynomial has to be x plus 3, and similarly for all the 4, it's x plus 3, x plus 1, x minus 3, and x minus 5. And then you multiply all of them together and simplify it to get this equation, which is your answer for the polynomial. So now if you had to take this hint, you have to follow the similar steps but change it to the initial question and get your answer for this question and submit it and see how it goes. So if I had to do the same question for you, I would say the first factor is x plus 2, the second factor is x plus 1, the third factor x minus 3, and then the final one x minus 5. And then I multiply 2 and 2 together, the first two, and then I'll multiply the last two. I get x squared plus 3x plus 2, and then I get x squared minus 8x plus 15. I multiply them, I get x to the power 4 minus 8x cubed plus 15x squared plus 3x cubed minus 24x squared plus 45x plus 2x squared minus 16x plus 30. So again, I have to simplify it. I find all the cubes. There is minus 8 and plus 3, which basically means 5 minus 5x cubed. I take all the x squares together. 15 minus 24 is minus 9, and plus 2 minus 7 x squared. Then I go for the x's. It's 45 minus 16 should be 29x, and then plus 30. So that should be my answer. Let's check it. I plug it in, x to the power, so you use this for x to the power 4, and then minus 5x cubed minus 5x cubed, and then minus 7x squared plus 20 plus 29x plus 30. So this could be right, this could be wrong if I've made an error. Let's check it. And then it says nice work. So that means that this is the right answer. If you see this question that was 3.1, I get a tick here. And if I go back and I see that this is done, and right now if I close this and I come back to this, I will see that my score gets updated. So in 3.1, I see the score. So this shows 1 point out of 67. So there are 67 points. This had only one part, so it had only 1 mark. But if I total everything, there will be total 67, and you need to finish it to get the full 100% score. So that's really it. The good part that I like about MyMathLab is that it gives you ample time to view an example. If you want, you can see the textbook, or you can use this feature help me solve this. The motive of MyMathLab is to make sure that you understand the theory and you don't really get the answer directly, but you have to work for it. So that's good, but my only question here is it takes a lot of time. You can't even search online for these answers because the numbers keep changing. Even if you find a similar question on the internet, you will see the values have changed. So if you just try to use the same answer, you'll end up getting all incorrect answers. So in my description, I put in my contact details. If you want to contact me, I can help you solve these. Coming back to the portal, we just did a homework, and if you see here, there are a total of 64 items, which comprises of homework, quizzes, and tests. Another interesting thing that we see here is time limit and attempts. So if I see quiz 1 chapter 1, it has 75 minutes. So this is a time test, which means I cannot open this and close it and come back later and continue just like I did in the homework. So we need to do it in one sitting. Once we start it, within 75 minutes I have to submit it. And the second thing is about attempts. So 2 of 2 means there are 2 attempts for this test. I can do this test once and I can do it again, and only the score, which is the higher of the 2, will be considered here. So here I got 94.59%, which is the higher of the 2 attempts I had. For chapter 1 test, I have 75 minutes, but that's only 1 attempt, and I got 95% here. If I go on to see more in the week 2, in the quiz 2, chapter 2, I got 95% in the first attempt, so I didn't bother taking a second attempt just for a small increment, because I value 75 minutes much more than a few percentages here. And for the chapter 2, there was a single attempt, 75 minutes, so that's fine. These are still pending. However, what I can see here is that in quiz 5, chapter 10, there's 75 minutes, it's still fine. The Math 110 final exam practice quiz, it says 120 minutes, that's 2 hours, and there are 3 attempts. So that's like 2 hours, 3 attempts, 6 hours. 6 hours doing 1 item. I am really not interested in doing it 3 times. And the final exam is single attempt, 120 minutes. So the only concern I have about MyMathLab is that it takes a lot of time to solve 64 items, and some items are having multiple attempts, so eventually I end up doing probably 70 items, and then some of the homework sections have subparts within that, so it says 14 questions, but ultimately I'm doing almost 60 questions because each question has 10 subparts or 5 subparts. So it takes, all in all, it takes a lot of time to solve all of this. That's my only concern. I love the MyMathLab portal. I love mathematics as a subject, so I want to help anybody who's struggling with the MyMathLab. Just let me know. So today we've seen how does this portal work and how can you get correct answers on the portal of MyMathLab. And let me know what you want to know about in the next video. Also, if you have any questions that you're unable to solve, even after checking all the resources like the textbook and the video, then let me know the questions in the comment box, and if I'm free and online, I'm just gonna solve it and send it back to you. Let me know. I am willing to help whoever is trying to solve MyMathLab and is in need of help. You can just post it on the comment box. I'll try to be online and solve it and help you as much as I can. Also, please let me know what topics do you want me to cover in the next video for MyMathLab, because I'm going to just decide on one of the topics that's most interesting for the students and go ahead with it. I was probably thinking of taking a test online in the next video, so let me know what you want me to do.